the organizer, for inviting me here. So my presentation will be a little bit different, at least at the beginning. I will, of course, come back on some key points of the biobanking, and then at the end I will say a few words about the SBB. So I think I was stimulated by the title of History of Biobanking. So I made just a small excursion in the what is happening in nature, which I think we need to learn a lot, also in our biobanking activities. And as you can see, from the mammoth stories, also nature started a long time ago to cryopreserve samples, to give us the opportunity to analyze them and to get a lot of information on this sample that was stored by nature. But there are also some animals, live animals, that we can study, and we can take some principles of the way they try to survive to cold. And this gives us a lot of information on how we can preserve live cells, for example. And studying this lizard, for example, we made a cryoprotectant for stem cells, for example. And this is a good example of how you can learn from nature and from what is around us. Of course, I could not miss the Egyptian slide, where the Egyptians, try to make mummification in order to preserve the body, but also from these bodies we are getting a lot of information on diseases in the ancient area, and also in the more recent area. In fact, looking at this mummy, which was frozen in the Alps. There are a lot of studies on bones, on pathogens, on all kinds of disease that come from the study of this biological material. And being here in the Cancer Center, I could not miss this slide from Giovanni Battista Morgani, which actually is the first pathologist. He is the father, at least he's considered the father of modern pathology, where he changed the way of dissecting bodies and really created the starting point of modern pathology. And of course, being Italian, I cannot miss Leonardo da Vinci, because he did a lot of study in cutting bodies and making pictures, and he gave us a lot of information on. He gave a lot of information to doctors to the disease. So I finished this part, which was just an introductory of saying that we should learn from what is around us and what was in the past in order to create the future. Just like Einstein was saying that the learning, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. And when we build a biobank, or we want to do a biobank, we need to think, first of all, what we want to do with the biospecimen. Because I think the problem that we have, and it is the problem of harmonization, is that we put aside a lot of specimens, but we do not think enough of what we are going to do in the future. And also the informed consent is a big problem, because we do not know really how to handle this informed consent, because they are more rigid situations and more liberal, and this creates a big conflict, because we do not have an harmonized idea of what we want to do. So, sorry if many of these concepts that we are going to say are common to us and common to what Mariana said before, but I think it is important that we come back on the same principles. So, of course, the term biobank covers collection of plant, animal, including human specimens. Mariana showed Israel that has 6 type of biobanks, but we can invent or we can maybe classify more of this. But today we cannot just think about one type of biobank, we have to look at a more wide spectrum. So the biobank is actually a biorepository that is able to collect, process, store, and distribute biospecimens. Biospecimens that are associated with information, because biospecimens without information are very little value. Because if we speak about biospecimens for clinical research, these are used for clinical care. So we need to be very precise on what we are going to store and distribute. But as Mariana showed, personalized medicine, is that this biobanking